Plaintiff Heather Morris says the defendant is her mother, and Heather always felt like she favored her siblings over her. Heather's suing because after she bred her dog, her mother gave 2 puppies to her sister, and she was only entitled to 1. Defendant Kimberly Heights insists she was entitled to 2 of the puppies, not 1, and Heather's just angry because she gave the puppies to her other daughter to sell.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may now be seated.
And ma'am, you are suing your mother for $1,300 for the cost of a puppy and the cost of a cell phone, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And I'm sure you know, suing your mother today, you've pretty much lost automatically.
Okay.
Now, I like people to sue their parents, children. You didn't know that? If you'd watched enough, you'd say, Judge Mathis ain't gonna never give a child a judgment over the parent. It just doesn't happen. You don't know where you've been. Mama is next to God. You know that? Yeah. Next, you're gonna be going after God. How far do you go? Who's the second person in anyone's life ever? Prior, perhaps, to your wife. Me and my wife, we got in trouble the other day. I said some stuff, she didn't like it. I'm like, you could run off any day now. My wife, my kids are always gonna be my kids. Well, they ain't got to bother with you either. I said, but they still have my blood. You don't have my blood. You run off and spend my money on sport coat. So, I don't know who comes first. So, anyhow, I do know this. Mama is second to everything. Mama's right after God. Got anybody higher than Mama in here?
No.
Nobody. So, I don't know what you're thinking. If Mama acted like the devil, unless Mama was Satan all your life, then it can't be Satan and God at the same time, Mama. You got to pick which one you were. Tell me about being raised by your mother. We're going to decide whether she was godly or Satanly. Go ahead.
Okay, Your Honor. As you know, this is my mother, Kimberly Heights. And all my life, I had felt that my siblings were above me and I was on the back burner.
Why?
Well, because she always chose them over me.
Give me
all
some
the time.
examples, because all children think that. At least half that have multiple siblings.
Well,
half of them think that.
When I would ask her to do something, oh, I can't. I got to watch your sister's kids. Oh, I have to do your sister's this, or I'm doing this for your sister.
Well, you just didn't get there in time. you asked too late. That's what it sounds like to me. They beat you to the punch. I'm already doing it for your sister. Not, no, I won't. Go ahead.
Well, basically that's a no, because she's doing it for my sister.
Because they beat you to the punch in asking.
Right.
If you'd asked first, then she would have been able to tell them that. No, but any other examples you want to give me other than that? Those aren't good examples, just because she was already doing something for your sister. So no, she's not going to break away. You shouldn't do that with anyone either. You shouldn't expect someone to break away from something they're already committed to doing to serve your desires or your objective. That's all. I'll make that point. But anything during your childhood that she was neglectful and abusive about?
Well, when I was in the 6th grade, about 1998, we were put in foster care for a couple months because of her ex was abusive. And then in about the 9th grade, the summer after.
How were you able to return? She put the ex out?
No, we went to counseling. And the court.
The ex didn't stay around, did it?
Yes.
The ex went to counseling, family counseling
Yes.
with everyone?
Yes.
And you all got past that?
Yes.
Well, good. She did the right thing there. What else? She on her way to heaven right now. I don't care what you say. Now, go me something else now. What happened in the 9th grade?
After 9th grade, I moved in with my father because I wasn't happy at my mother's.
Why weren't you?
Well, mostly because of her ex. But I was with my dad the whole time I went through high school. And then I didn't talk to my mom really. She would always have an excuse when she was supposed to come get me, like on the weekends, or I don't have the gas money, or I'm doing this, can't come get you. So we kind of...
You falling fast, ma'am. You're falling fast. Go ahead. She didn't spend time or give you attention during your high school years?
Right.
You were staying with your dad?
Right. And then in 2005, when I had my son, my aunt had a baby shower so we could meet my son, and she invited my mother, which I didn't know was coming. Then we kind of rekindled things, and things were a little better. And then when my sister started having kids, after her second kid, I felt like that my mom put my sister on the front burner, and that's when I got put on the back burner. She was always doing, I think it was because my sister lived closer. I lived an hour away.
Or it could be that she felt your sister needed more help than you, or you were more capable than your sister. Me and my wife, we got in trouble the other day. I said some stuff, she didn't like it. Like, you could run off any day now. My wife, my kids are always gonna be my kids. Well, they ain't got to bother with you either. I said, but they still have my blood. You don't have my blood.
Defendant Kimberly Heights is being sued by her daughter, who claims Kimberly always favored her siblings over her.
See, what children get confused sometimes is the extra attention and help that might go to their sibling is because mom or dad likes them more. When in fact, it could be mom and dad believe that you can make it better than they do, or they don't think you need them as much. She knows how to do things. She's well equipped. She's well prepared. She's a little more gifted in that area. So, such and such takes a little more. Might need to send them to private school. Might need to do this. Might need to do that. And you say, well, why did they get... Because it could be the mom said, oh, she doesn't need much help because she's a great daughter, very capable daughter, but this one's a little less assertive and a little less gifted, so let me help them. So children should be treated differently because they aren't all the same. Being loved, you should love them the same. Love them the same, but treat them differently. Treat them according to who they are. All right, and so let's not miss that as part of the equation, because I'm hearing some very good survival tactics or survival instincts, because you've done well nonetheless, right?
I hope I did.
Yeah. Let me hear from you, ma'am. Give me a little background here. She's may have had a little point about you not being in her life much once she left to move with her dad, but you tell me everything.
Yeah, when she went to move in with her father, I ended up having to pay child support, and I wasn't financially able to go and visit her as much as I should have or could have.
She was only an hour away.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I went once in a while.
How often did you see her when she moved with her dad?
Maybe once a month or so.
And 1 hour away?
Mm-hmm.
Did she want to come more, you think?
She never asked to come.
Did you want to come more?
Yes.
Did you ever say, Ma, I want to come over this weekend?
No.
Why?
I don't 100% know why I did not.
How old were you, that high schooler?
Yeah, between 15 and 18.
Would you ask? I don't know. Quite frankly, I don't think you want to be bothered with either parent at age 15. So you can stop that right now. And my mama didn't give me no attention. She wasn't coming around. You didn't want her around. You didn't want any attention from your parents. When they come to your game or come to your whatever it is, after school program, you duck and run and hide. You even say, that ain't my mama, that ain't my daddy. You don't want folks to think you're still a child. I know the teenage years. All right, tell me about the puppy you're suing your mom about. And
Okay, Your Honor, if you look on page 11, about May of this year, my mom had said we're going to breed Ruby again, which is my puppy. Well, she's 5, so she's a dog. And I agreed. And I agreed to let her keep Ruby and the puppies until they were weaned, because she takes better care of them than I do. And they were born July 9th. And before they were born, my mom had informed me that my sister Ashley had 2 of them sold. And I had told her no, she's only entitled to 1. Because previous litters, I had let my mom either keep 1 or sell 1 and keep the money.
So you never said 2?
Right.
It was always 1?
Yes.
All right. And so what did happen? They were born July 9th. Tell me what happened after that.
I went to go see them and to go give 1 to my other sister because she had bought it. And when I came back, there was 4 when we left, because that's how many she had. And then when I came back, there was only 1, which was the full white one. That was mine. Mm-hmm. And she said they were escape artists and that they were just hiding. Me and my fiance, Brandon, we scoured her house trying to look for them.
Hold on, she told you what?
They were escape artists. They were hiding.
Puppies.
Go ahead, you go over there to get your dog. She said they hiding somewhere. They escaped. Go ahead. So what did you do after that?
We looked every room, her bedroom, under the beds, bathroom, behind the refrigerator, because I found one of them behind the refrigerator before. And
why? You think that's a place to hide for comfort in the past?
I don't know why he did it.
Okay,
or she,
go ahead.
because it was a girl, but probably because my mom just lets them roam the house and they go wherever they want to, you know? But the only one I saw was the white one. So I didn't think anything of it, and me and my fiance and my daughter, we left. And then a few days later, maybe a week, which, if you look at page 16 on 811, it says, okay, I guess I need to come clean about the puppies. She told my sister, Ashley, to come get them without my permission.
But the puppies were mine.
Children get confused sometimes is the extra attention and help that might go to their sibling is because mom or dad likes them more. When in fact, it could be mom and dad believe that you can make it better than they do, or they don't think you need them as much.
Defendant Kimberly Heights is being sued by her daughter, who claims Kimberly always favored her siblings over her.
Let me hear from you now, ma'am. She says that she told you you could keep 1. And she's now telling me that you kept 2 and sold both or sold 1?
Sold both of them, but I'm only suing for 1 because I let her have 1.
Got it. So you sold hers, but then she sold 1 of yours
yes.
as well. All right. What do you say?
From the very beginning, we were going to split the puppies. She would get 2, I would get 2.
Is that true or not?
No, it is not.
Ever
agree to that?
No, I did not.
Go ahead, ma'am.
Yeah, and I had sold all 3 of them if she wanted to, but she said no, she wanted to give 1 to her other sister. So I told her, okay, then I had the other 2 sold. When she found out that Ashley, which is my other daughter, when she found out that Ashley was involved, she decided that, no, my sister's not selling those puppies, I'm taking them. So
what were they intended for? Just for her to keep as pets, your mom?
1 of them.
1, okay.
Or whatever she wanted to do with it.
You say you ain't budging from that 1. All right, and so did she know you were gonna sell yours?
Yes.
Did you know that?
Yes.
All right, and who has evidence of any mention of 2 dogs versus 1? In your text, so she has another 4 to go. That's all I'm saying. So I've been thinking this puppy is only 3 weeks old, maybe 4. She has another 4 to 5 weeks before she would normally go to her new owners. So with your current dog, I can let you take her. I don't want her to die. She's exactly 4 weeks yesterday. This doesn't shed any light on the 2 versus 1. Do you have anybody have text that say 2 versus 1?
If you will look at page 3, Your Honor, or page 11, Your Honor.
All right.
That will tell you.
All right. And ma'am, did you tell me it was never discussed?
No, not really. Not specifically. We didn't discuss it specifically because at the beginning.
Was there a debate about 2 versus 1? Did you all discuss?
Yeah, we decided we were going to split the puppies.
2
She
and
would
2.
get 2 and I would get 2.
All right, and you believe you all discussed that and
Yes.
disputed whether it was 1 or 2?
We didn't dispute it at the time, no. We decided it was 2 and 2.
You obviously disputed it at some point because you're here.
Yeah.
So was that discussed in text messages?
She just wouldn't let me sell the puppies, wouldn't let Ashley sell the puppies for
All right.
me.
All right, you got 1 to give them, not 2. First thing I read, ma'am. The white one's mine. Storm thinks he wants the black white one, but Sis wants a brown one, a brown white one. That leaves a brown and white one left. Defendant, you. I told you as soon as they were born that I had 2 of them sold. Well, you are discussing 1 versus 2, ma'am. The first thing out of her mouth was 1, and the next thing out of your mouth was 2. So you are discussing it. I told you as soon as they were born that I had 2 of them sold. They are mine and Ashley's. She didn't even ask. They are not hers. Why is it such a big deal to you, ma'am? If you didn't have any attachments to these dogs, why is it a big deal? The 1 versus 2.
Because I needed my car fixed.
Okay,
And
so it's the money.
And that's where one of them was going to go.
All right, it's the money.
And if I can direct your attention to page 11, that's where we discussed the 2, and she get 2, I get 2, and I told her no.
Ooh, you talking about this? You tell me to help sell them, and then you sell them behind my back. No, Ashley did not. Ashley. You get 2, and I get 2. Who's saying that? The defendant?
My mother is saying
You say
the blue.
no. Okay, you make it clear. Ma'am, there is a debate. You said that there was no real discussion of it. There's 5 pages worth of discussion as to whether it was 1 or 2. And she is very confident that it's 1. And based on what I've read, I'm inclined to believe that the original agreement was you keep 1 and she get the other one.
I was with my dad the whole time I went through high school, and then I didn't talk to my mom really. She would always have an excuse when she was supposed to come get me, like on the weekends, or I don't have the gas money, or I'm doing this, can't come get you. So we kind of...
You're falling fast, ma'am. You're falling fast. Go ahead.
Defendant Kimberly Heights is being sued by her daughter, who claims Kimberly always favored her siblings over her.
What about the cell phone?
Well, when this all went down, I was mad. So when I had given her the cell phone, it was because she couldn't pay my sister for the one she was using. So I said, I can't get a hold of you because you can't pay your bill, so I will...
Where's the phone now?
I don't have it. I believe she has it.
Oh, well, if she has it, she might need it for a minute before we get it back. She got to call heaven and tell them it'd be a little longer than she thought it would be because the judge called me up. So it
Elevator's slowing down.
It might be a little longer than I thought coming straight to heaven. All right, man, what do you say about the phone?
This wasn't the first phone she got me. She gave me another one that belonged to her other grandmother at one point in time, and this was an upgrade from that one. So she was able to get a hold of me before she gave me this phone.
All right. You brought it today because you intend to give it back? Is that why?
She had it shut off on me and told Verizon that I stole the phone.
Okay. Well, you can't use it if it's shut off.
No, I can't.
So we're going to give it back to you, ma'am. And your $350 for the puppy that you're asking for reimbursement for. That's my judgment. $350. Have a good day. And the phone return. Yeah.
I wish you wouldn't choose my sister over me because of her children. Because that's what it feels like you're doing. Because of Everett. That you choose Ashley over me and my kids all the time. I can't do anything without, I got you, Everett. Oh, Everett. There's never Victoria or Xavier's voice ever.
Your kids are more grown than what
It doesn't matter how old my kids are. They'll always be your grandkids.
Yes, they are.
Everett will always be your grandkid too.
Yes, they will. But you don't even have Xavier. Your father has Xavier, and Victoria doesn't want to come see me. She'd rather go see her other grandparents.
That's because they don't like my sister's kids. That's why they don't want to go to your house, because every time we go, that's who's over there.
They lived there.
No, they don't live at your house.
Not
They live
now.
at their moms and their dads. You just babysit them all the time.
But they
Because
did live with
my
me.
sister doesn't know how to take care of her own children. At least I can take care of my own children.
You don't.
Yes, I do.
No. You don't.
Yes, I do.
You don't have Xavier. He is with your dad.
That's by choice, not because I can't take care of him.
They did live with me for over a year, and you know that. And that's when you gave me the first dog, which was Piper. Because you couldn't take care of Piper, so I ended up with Piper. Instead of selling her, which I wanted to do when she was a puppy, you decided, no, I want to keep her. So you did until nobody wanted to buy her, and then she ended up with me.
Plaintiff Dolores Vance says the defendant is her neighbor, and he is known as the neighborhood crackhead. Dolores is suing him today because she claims he crashed into her car while driving drunk and high. Defendant William Brown denies that he's a crackhead and says Dolores has no proof of her accusations. William claims Dolores is the one who smokes weed, and he insists she's overcharging him for the car damages.
State your name, ma'am.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. My name is Dolores Vance, and I'm here today suing my neighbor, Mr. William Brown, for damages of my car.
All right, I don't need to hear from you. She told me all I need to hear. But your name, will you verify that that's your name?
Yes, sir.
It is what?
William Brown.
All right, anything else you want to say on his
Yes,
behalf?
Your Honor. I want to give you a little information about me and Mr. William Brown. He's a neighbor of mine.
How long?
I've been knowing him about 2 years.
Okay.
He do little odd jobs in the neighborhood. Everybody in the neighborhood knows him as the crackhead.
Come on, Mr.
I
Brown.
asked, who he was, and that's what they told me.
No, Your Honor, they don't have any proof. Is there
Wrong
any
answer.
proof? Is there any proof?
You and everybody listening, when somebody accuses you of something, first thing out your mouth is say, it's not true. Not, you don't have proof. Does that mean you ain't said it's not true? You say you don't have proof.
Okay.
So let's start there. Are you a crackhead?
No, sir.
Well, why does the whole town call you one?
I don't know.
You don't know why the whole town. So if I go through that town, where y'all live?
Milwaukee.
If I go through Milwaukee, which I love, and I say a show of hands, who all think Mr. Brown on crack? You say everybody gonna raise their hand.
I didn't raise mine.
I know, because you're not gonna raise it on yourself. She said everybody in town gonna raise it.
Oh, okay. That's
What they
that's
gonna
their
do?
opinion.
If I say that, what they gonna do? How many hands am I gonna see in the air? If
You
I
ain't
go-
gonna see. You ain't gonna see none. That's why I say, is there any proof? Is there any proof? Tell me what it is.
Even the Milwaukee Bucks know it.
Yeah. I feel it, dear.
The Milwaukee Bucks accuse you of smoking crack too?
No, sir.
Who all accuse you?
Nobody that I know.
She said her in the neighborhood.
Have she ever seen me?
See, you keep saying all the wrong stuff. You should say, who else in the neighborhood? All you've been saying is, show me proof. Have you ever seen me? Those are the clear signs. That is true.
Plaintiff Dolores Vance says the defendant is the neighborhood crackhead, but he denies it and says Dolores has no proof of her accusations.
Anybody ever accused him of taking anything from anybody?
I haven't heard that yet.
Well, then let him smoke all the crack he wants.
Yes, he do little
You
odd
don't
jobs.
neglect, he have children he neglects?
No.
You have children?
Yes, sir.
They all right?
Yes, they're grown. I have
Well, then
grandkids.
there it is. You done got them out the way. You're retired, right?
Yes.
Or probably semi-retired. You appear to be. Some retirees go to the casino.
Yes,
So let him do what he likes.
that's his business.
That's
But I
right.
just
Some
want to-
retirees who've gotten their children out the way, they go to the casino. He's just a retiree that likes to smoke crack. If that's true, I'm just saying. I gotta give you the test, because you're not giving me the right answers. I gotta test you.
It's all right with me.
You look like you would do a whole 8-ball. I can't just put a gram there for you. I saw that arm. Your arm's shaking. Are your
They ain't
arms?
moving.
Huh?
My arms aren't moving.
Yes, they were. It was shaking. Time I put that rock up there. All right, I'll take your word. I'll leave that
Leave it up here.
in this case. All right. Why do you think they say that about him?
Well, he have numerous of different cars coming, to his house. He's running back and forth in the house.
He got plenty of
different
women.
cars. No, they not women. And he's sticking his hand in and doing transactions that no. I
You know,
seen
y'all
that
some
with
know.
my
You
eyes.
live around some nosy neighbors. Sound like to me. I didn't know what's going on in your house.
Look, I've been living there 11 years.
Thank you. And they've been sticking that thing in there for 11. I'm sorry. Say laugh or I'm gonna think it's true. The laugh or I'm gonna think it's true.
Ha ha ha.
There you go. So it ain't true. So it ain't true. All right, so I can take that up. It ain't true. All right. So, and what type of neighbor is he though? Is he a
But
nice
other
guy?
than that, Mr. Brown is a pretty laid-back neighbor. He mind his business.
Good.
He do little odd jobs, cutting grass. I have him to come over to my house, when I do yard work. He carries rocks and dirt in. And I give him,
He carries rocks.
For free.
and,
He carries rocks. At what point does he put it in the pipe?
when he go home.
When he gets home. I'm sorry, sir. She did open you up, sir,
Yeah.
for a little fun, and you should be laughing. You did laugh. You said, ha ha.
I don't think it's funny.
That's what I'm saying. But if you call me a crackhead, I would laugh. I would think it's funny. Because I know I'm the
That's not
farthest thing from a crackhead.
Right.
So if you're the farthest thing from a crackhead, if I call you a crackhead, wouldn't you think it was funny?
It would be funny.
I would say she getting high, she smoking crack. She didn't smoke crack before she came in here today. That's what you be doing, right?
Laughing.
But if it makes you upset, let me stop.
I'm not upset.
If you don't think it's funny, call me a crackhead, I'll think it's funny. Say, Judge, the way you be acting, you got to be smoking crack. That's what she say to me. She say, Your Honor, I don't mean to be disrespectful, but the way you act sometimes on that bench, I think you smoking crack. I would say, oh man, that's the craziest thing. You better, I'm gonna leave you alone. All right, so he's a good neighbor otherwise.
Yeah.
And he does some repairs, obviously, because you're suing him for car repairs.
Yes. I meant he damaged my car, not repairs. He damaged my car. He ran into the back of my car while I was parked in front of my house.
I don't mean to laugh. I'm not laughing about that part.
That's
You know
not
what I'm
funny.
laughing about. Your car was parked, minding his own business,
Absolutely.
just sitting there. Pow!
Just like that.
Did you see it or did someone see it?
Well, it was me and my sister. It was neighbors out too. It was a nice day that day, so everybody was out in their yards and stuff. Mr. Brown coming down the block in that little old truck he got, and he doing quite a bit of speed. And he looks and I wave at him, hey, Mr. Brown. And he get to the corner, he whipped and made a U-turn. And when he made the U-turn, he made the U-turn behind my car and boom, he was high. and drunk.
I didn't say it.
He was
Don't get mad with me.
I ain't mad at nobody.
Plaintiff Dolores Vance says the defendant is a neighborhood crackhead, but he denies it and says Dolores has no proof of her accusations.
All right, let me hear from you then.
Okay, this
How about your neighbor? She a nice neighbor, or
Yeah.
does she like to take her head every night?
yes, she's a nice neighbor.
Okay.
I go over there and I move cedar for her, rocks that she's planting around her bushes and stuff. And she's a nice neighbor. But then I hear coughing from across the street. And then, is there any weed smoking? I can smell it across the street. That's all I got to say.
Come outside my door at home, you might smell some weed.
Might smell it.
You ain't gonna smell no crack.
Might smell it.
I ain't saying I smoke weed. Somebody in my household might,
Well, that's on them.
because it relaxes them.
That's on them. Isn't it?
They ain't gonna smoke no crack, though. And you don't either, though. She's saying you were high off what, you think?
He was high off for crack and he had been drinking that day. And he was still drinking when the police got there, sitting on his porch. Never did stop.
Now, when the police came, is there anything on there that I was drunk?
There you go. You on to something now. Did the police come?
Police did come.
They
did
write a
take him
report?
to
Did they take him away?
Yes, they did. They took him away in handcuffs, and he was trying to resist.
I was trying to.
Yes.
Did they say anything? No, they didn't say anything. They put your behind.
Yes. Yes.
Why didn't they give me a resisting order?
You weren't resisting. That's why they didn't give you resisting order. They just said, come on, you drunk and high. Let us put these handcuffs on you. You got to go with us.
Don't you think they would have tested me or something?
I don't know what they did after they got you.
Yeah.
We don't know. All we do know is they took you.
Yeah, they took me. I stayed down there for 5 hours. They brought me back home. They gave me 2 tickets. And then that was it.
Okay. What were the tickets? What type of ticket?
Restrictions for my license. I went down to they had expired. I went down to DVM, and they, for this COVID stuff, they wouldn't do it then. They were closed.
All right, I'm with you on that, sir. And most of this is me having fun with you.
I know.
And I respect you. I see us not too different in generations, but were you a generation above me, I might not have played with you so much because it becomes disrespectful. But we're nearly the same. We're in that same decade. So I got a right to play with you.
You're close enough.
All right. So, well, you tell me what happened, though.
I dropped a friend off from cutting some grass. I dropped him off at home. He lives about a corner away from me. I came in front of my house. I made a U-turn because I was going to leave my car out on the streets because of, the parking restrictions. So I made a U-turn, and I was about 5 feet away from her, and my brakes went out.
Okay.
And I bumped her car. I came out and I told her, that I bumped your car. And she said, why didn't I stop? I said, my brakes went out. So after my brakes went out, I came back in the house and the police came over.
Okay. And do you believe you should pay for her car repair?
Yes, but not that much. $3,000 for me tapping her.
Let me see your pictures. I gotta see.
I don't have any pictures.
You have any?
I have pictures.
All right. Let me look at her pictures. See if.
And there's no damage on the outside of the car.
And I'll
It's just the
find out
trunk
if she
was
got
locked.
estimates, and we'll see. All right. I see a bumper damage.
Yeah, on page 2, that's the bump on the outside. Page 3 show where the trunk was pushed up.
There you go. That's where the expense is.
Yes.
Page
That's
4 shows on the other side where it was pushed up. Page 5 show when you open the trunk how the frame is pushed away from the bumper.
Yeah.
He said he was doing 5 miles per hour when he did that damage. So you know he was high.
Judge Mathis.
Yes, sir.
I was about as far as I am to you, and the car wouldn't stop. So, what does that tell you?
Nothing.
If you look at the exhibit 15, it shows how he was making the U-turn so he wasn't from you to him. he was farther than that when he had to
What
make
does
that
15
turn.
show me?
That's a lie. That is a
Who
lie.
did this?
The police.
Police, okay. Yeah, sir, they have further than 5. That's not what the police have down here.
Plaintiff Dolores Vance says the defendant is a neighborhood crackhead, but he denies it and says Dolores has no proof of her accusations.
You have estimates, ma'am, and did you take one? Or how?
Yes, I got
protested
2
the amount.
estimates.
What did your estimate say?
I have one estimate for $3,060, page 8.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have a second estimate on page 11. $2,992.
All right, sir, and what do you protest? Did you get an estimate? Did you take a picture and take it to a mechanic and say, hey, what do you think of this? What did you do? Since you don't like the estimates that she gave, did she give you 2 different ones?
No, she gave me 3.
So what?
And I was gonna pay for it.
And
The one, the smallest one.
how much was that?
I think it was something like $1,000 or something like that.
You gave him an estimate for 1,000?
No.
You have to prove it was 1,000. She has proved
No,
it.
I told her I would pay $1,000.
Okay, you told
you
me.
never
that she
told
gave
me
you,
that.
Hold on. You just told me that she gave you 3 estimates.
Correct. I was gonna pay $1,000 and put them in
We're
installment.
talking about the estimates, sir. What estimates did you receive? She says 2, you said 3. So how many estimates did she show you?
3 estimates. Am I correct?
Yes.
You showed him 3?
I showed him 3 estimates.
What was the third one? I don't have that.
I lost it.
How much was it for?
It was for $2,900 and some change.
I have one for 2,000.
It was the same. It was just about the same as that one.
Okay. Different place.
Different
same amount.
places, yes.
I don't
Tender
know
care.
who's smoking crack now, to be honest.
Well.
Did all this with this man. And after you done talked about this man like this. Where that thing at?
Don't have one. Put it in the garbage.
No, why can't I leave it there?
Oh, where you put it?
I don't know where you put it. You can tell me that.
Well.
You can tell me that.
Well.
You own something. In the meantime, I'm going to grant her the least amount of her estimates, all right? That's
you.
the best I can do for you, Mr. Brown. I'm going to give you the cheapest estimate she brought me, not what she's asking for. $2,992.54. And you better not spend a dime of this on crack.
No, sir.
Ooh, hello.
Not gonna even give him none for doing y'all work.
Say she ain't gonna give you none or something. What'd you say? You ain't gonna give him none of your share?
Give him none for
You don't
doing.
want her to share it with you, do you?
I don't need it. I don't need it.
You got you a sack, huh? No, I'm just kidding. Have a good day. Judgment for the plaintiff.
Thank you so much.
Mr. Brown, I hope I ain't offend you. We're just having fun. Have a good day.
You too, sir.
All right.
Walk between the raindrops.
Mr. Brown,
Yes, ma'am.
you know that I like you a lot.
Yes, ma'am.
I still do anything for you if you ask me.
We still friends?
That's right. Thank you.
No, ain't nothing changed. She's still my best buddy.
Well, I want you to say one thing to me. I want you to apologize for running into the back of my car because an accident is an accident.
That's what it was, an accident.
Yeah. Okay.
You accept my apology?
Yes, I do.
Okay, thank you.
You said you're sorry?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Thank you.